I love sports, specifically at a professional level, and that goes without saying. I like the 4 professional sports teams here in Philadelphia, and I've been rooting for them ever since I can remember. And if you don't like to do that, if you don't care if your team won a Super Bowl this past year in the town you live in, you don't care whatever your soccer team is in your country or anything like that, you don't give a shit about sports and about competition, you think it's just machismo bullshit, just people getting paid too much, whatever. Think that. However, that doesn't excuse comments like this. Frankly, it's ridiculous to pay millions of dollars to people who do nothing more than put a ball in a circle. Yet people believe fast food workers don't deserve more than $7 an hour. So you explain the difference between the ball going in the net thrown by me or the ball going in the net thrown by LeBron? He's famous, I am not, and he can score points. Yay, you can score points. Here's millions. Insane. Then you can go ahead and read my reply. I'm going to reiterate many of the points here in the video. Anyways, back to me. I'm hiding the identity of the guy because he has since retracted a lot of what he said and admitted that I am making just very plausible points here and it is changing his mind on things. But anyway, there's many people out there that either just don't care for sports or they diss sports based on athletes making millions of dollars and they don't deserve it because all they're doing is they're putting a ball in a hole. I mean, some soccer player, if you're in soccer and you can play at a professional level and you can kick the ball into the net once or twice a game, hell, even just one time a game, some of the highest paid soccer players average at best a goal a game. If you can do that, you can make millions of dollars kicking a ball in a net one time. How fucking ignorant is it to just basically dissect the entire colossus that is sports and just look at it from such a little fundamental of, oh, this guy shoots a ball into a hoop, this guy kicks a ball into a net, this guy hits a ball with a bat, and that's all there is to it, and they get paid millions of dollars. That is so fucking ignorant of what got them to where they're at. The years of practice, the years of training, that may be one and the same, but just the physical stature, the physical being that they had to create in themselves, the mental capacity, the working under pressure, extreme pressure, performing in front of tens of thousands, sometimes 100,000 plus people, knowing people, millions of people are watching every move you make on televisions worldwide. All that pressure, everything that you have to build up to get to that level, to perform in front of all those conditions, to go in sometimes day in, day out. Just forget all that. None of that matters because at the end of the day, some guy kicking a ball into a net, some guy shooting a ball into a hoop, and he's getting millions of dollars. That is such a goddamn ignorant statement, and so many people that either don't care about sports or don't really know or appreciate sports use that logic. Now, I know you could argue, you could say, well, you know, policemen and firemen save lives, army personnel die on front lines in the countries and stuff like that. In a perfect world, people that sacrifice their lives for the betterment of those in society would get paid more. However, there isn't exactly no justification to say that, well, athletes shouldn't get paid millions of dollars. Because what they do provides, in my personal experience, I can't even put a figure on the amount of enjoyment I've gotten out of sports. Just the break away from the daily grind. Come home from a job that's, some jobs I've hated, and come home, just sit and watch the Eagles game, watch the Phillies game, watch the Sixers lose again and again. Just to watch the competition, just to slip into the camaraderie, watching it with friends or strangers, going into a bar, just, you know, feeling like we're one, just stuff like that. You can't put a price on that to me. Just the bond that it builds up with communities, friends, families, etc. You can't put a price on that. And we're also, when you use that line of logic saying, you know, these athletes don't deserve millions, they draw in millions of dollars in either TV advertisements, the venues that they play in, the ticket gates, just the merchandise that's sold, all that stuff is money that comes in because of those athletes on the field. So if the athletes don't deserve all the millions upon millions of tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars that are generated in sports shouldn't be going to the players, who should it go to? The owners? that already make hundreds of millions of dollars, that sell their teams for sometimes multiple billions of dollars, they should get more? Oh, what, you just giving me some fantasy world scenario saying like, okay, every player should get a maximum of $1 million at the most and the rest should be given to charity? Oh, please. Suck on your thumb and sit in the corner if you think the world is supposed to be that fair. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, you can make more of an argument to say athletes at a professional level deserve to get paid more than they do point-wise to pay less. Because basically, what they're doing is what puts people in the seats. Yes, I know the league itself may pay for its own advertisements and stuff like that, but frankly, when there are star players on a team, unless you're the Chicago Cubs and it doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing, and that's the one outlier, much like any sample, there's always a few outliers. The Cubs are the example here. No matter how much they suck, the Chicago fans sell out Wrigley Field and give the ownership there millions upon millions of dollars for having a shit team every year. But when you have good players, like even a fair weather town like Miami can sell out the American Airlines Arena in Miami because they had star players there like LeBron James and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade and blah, blah, blah. Ray Allen. So yeah, you could make a point to say these players are the reason why there's butts and seats in the arena, there's butts on bar stools, there's butts on couch cushions, watching these guys do what they do at a level that very few can attain, that very few can even hope to get to. And again, just to break it down and say, oh, they're just putting a ball in a hoop. They're just throwing a ball around. I can throw a ball. I should get millions of dollars. No. You can't do it as good as they can. And if you can, you deserve to get paid millions of dollars. If you can compete at the level they can in front of massive crowds, knowing that every fuck up you make is going to be on SportsCenter, on a blooper video, or be like that WNBA clip that went viral last week because a girl misses a layup from 2 inches away from the net. You know, dealing with the pressure of that isn't exactly something that everyone can handle. And there's a reason why those professional athletes are the cream of the crop of people that can tolerate that shit and perform at the highest level under those circumstances. But if you want to not have an appreciation for sports and just say, it's just some guy kicking a ball in the net, then just don't even offer anything. If that's your stance, if you're going to be so ignorant of what got them to where they're at, I mean, maybe it's wrong to say just don't offer anything, but at least have an understanding of it. At least come up with a more solid argument other than I can shoot a ball in a hoop, he can shoot a ball in a hoop, but his name is LeBron James and mine is Joe Schmo, therefore he gets paid millions of dollars. It is so much more than LeBron putting a ball through a hoop. There's a reason why ticket sales, season ticket sales, went up 20,000 plus the second LeBron signed with the Cleveland, I almost said Cleveland Indians, no, that'd be something, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The guy puts butts in seats and entertains people with his talent. These guys are talented. And again, you could use this idiotic logic of saying like, well, an athlete just puts a ball through a hoop. You could say an actor just reads words off a script in front of a camera. I can read words. I'm reading words right now. Well, I don't have a script, but I'm speaking words in front of a camera. Where's my millions of dollars? Robert De Niro, he reads words in front of a camera. He gets paid millions of dollars. Where's my millions of dollars? See how silly that sounds? See how dumb that sounds? When you break it down to something so simplistic, it really sounds silly. Think about that, all you out there that don't appreciate sports or don't understand sports and think that, these NBA players or these professional sports players and all that, make millions of dollars. And just one final thing I just want to end on here is one thing that often gets, pushed away in saying how, this guy wants to say, how McDonald's worker only gets paid, $7 an hour and we're fine with that. What does that McDonald's worker really do to change the lives or enhance the enjoyment of someone other than giving them a meal? One player like LeBron James can change the lives and emotions and make people feel a genuine happiness with his actions. how is that not worth the millions that he gets paid? And how could you even put a figure on it and say that's, it's, you know, he's just putting the ball through the hoop? And going into that, another thing that people, you know, want to dismiss is, do people realize how many fucking jobs are created? How many lives are made better by the tangible money that is made from the colossus that is sports? Be it the guy, you know, selling the parking tickets in the lot, to the guy selling hot dogs, to the guy working at ESPN who only has a job because ESPN exists because of professional sports. All those tens of thousands of jobs exist because there's professional athletes that put balls in hoops, kick a ball into a net, etc., etc. So, to everyone out there, I just want to kind of open your minds if you have no appreciation for sports, and if you had this stance of, and I'm welcome to hear you guys out, if you still don't think athletes deserve to get paid the millions that they do, just, you know, tell me why. I know some people will be like, well, you know, a Walmart worker gets paid, you know, jack squat, and, you know, any Walmart, you know, makes, you know, millions of dollars a year. But again, I would lean that more back on. You can't just, you know, use an example like that per se, because, you know, you can have LeBron James, remove him, replace him with someone else that is not going to be LeBron James. You can take the average Walmart worker, remove them, and replace them with someone that could quite possibly be better, and if not just as good. So that's the difference there. I know a lot of people want to use that argument, saying like, well, you know, this guy sells thousands of dollars of product each year and gets paid a fraction of that. Thing is, a lot of people can do his job. Handful of people can do the same level of job that LeBron James can. So anyway, just a little sports video here for you guys, and just a heads up, I'm going on vacation starting tomorrow, so you probably won't see videos here for another week, and I'll be updating my Twitter, so if you want to see pictures of my vacation and shit like that, feel free to follow along on Twitter. Have a good day, everyone!